specialty report. For this one, it's going to be the theme of the holidays, corned beef and Kraken. So we have the Crimson Guard. It's going to be my Cadian tank detachment, the 144th Emperor's Fist, against Connor's High Fleet Kraken. To play the game, we got the rule book on the left and a new chapter approved on the right. We decided to play 4 pillars from the chapter approved, and what this is, it's very similar to an ITC mission like the last battle report we played, where it's basically hold more and kill more. That's the 2 ITC style objectives. And then there's a normal 3, slay the warlord, first strike, and line breaker. So we have the battlefield set up. We got the 4 pillars out. We have 2 Tyranid style objectives. And what you do is you measure from the center of the table to the corner of each quadrant. And midway between you place an objective. And then we have 2 other ones that are kind of matching the terrain a little bit. The Tyranids have been here. The narrative is that this is obviously an Imperial bridge crossing. The defenders have been wiped out by the High Fleet Kraken. So we're sending in the Emperor's Fist, the 144th Armored Tank Company from the Crimson Guard, led by Knight Commander Pask. In this deployment special mission, it's Eternal War out of the 2019 chapter approved. You have to roll to see who's attacker or defender. Connor rolled. He is chosen to be the defender. That means he gets the opportunity to roll 2 dice and pick the deployment map, which is pretty cool. We got a 6 and a 3. So what is that? Vanguard Strike or the Search and Destroy?
I'll go with Search and Destroy.
All right, so Connor has picked that map. We're going to mark out the deployment zones. We'll get the army set up because the attacker sets up first, defender sets up second, and then the attacker will have the first turn unless the High Fleet Kraken can seize the initiative. Okay, we got deployment. The attacker deploys first. So the Crimson Guard, the Cadian 144th Emperor's Fist Tank Company, sallying forth on this bridge. Something's gone wrong. The defenders of the bridge are not responding. And it's High Fleet Kraken that has taken this area. So the mission is 4 pillars. It's basically like the ITC rules, kill more and hold more, plus the 3 basics, slay the warlord, line breaker, and first strike. So the attacker deploys first. Connor chose the, what is it, spearhead assault. So he chose that quadrant over there on the other side of the bridge. And I'm coming in from this side to secure the bridge. So we decided to be aggressive. We do have the first turn. I figured Connor would deploy out of sight. But Connor is a savvy, cagey Kraken. I thought that I'd get some at least Hive Tyrants with wings that I'd be able to see through these little narrow alleyways of shooting with the trees and the bastions blocking away. But Connor has denied me of that opportunity as he deployed them in Deep Strike Reserve. What he did deploy, I can't really see as much. Old One Eye, he's a character with under, what, 10 wounds is the rule?
Yep, he has 9.
Can't be targeted unless there's somebody closer, and there is a Gene Stealer in the wood line closer. So he has got a 20-man squad of Gene Stealers. So even though I have these nice, sweet tank commanders with my Hammer of Sunderance on my Warlord with vision, can't target them until I get rid of those Gene Stealers. So, my strategy was to deploy aggressively with the Demolishers. They have heavy flamers as sponsons. So I figure if they charge up the middle, if he does charge me with anything, at least I can get some roast Kraken out of it. And hopefully that will be enough. Or at least clog up that area, and then maybe I can get these objectives going left and going right. So I got a Spearhead detachment, and I have a Supreme Command detachment. Now, what a Spearhead detachment allows me to do is it gives me Defenders of the Humanity, which basically is that troops rule where troops can control objectives. And since this mission, 4 pillars, so we looked at the wording very carefully. If it has the troops battlefield role, then they can control the objectives. Since in a Spearhead, Lehman Russ's, in the rules it says in the Astra Militarum Codex that they have the troops battlefield role of Defenders of Humanity. So I will be able to control objectives with Lehman Russ tanks from the Spearhead. That will be all the gray tanks. Those are all the gray tanks in the Spearhead. I have a squadron of 2 Lehman Russ battle tanks with their battle cannon and heavy bolter sponsons and a hunter killer missile. And I doubled that up, so I have a second squad of them. So 2 by 2 Lehman Russ squadron tanks. And they have to deploy within 6 inches of each other as a squadron. After that, they can move independently. So my plan is to have these 2 tanks go for this objective, that 1 pillar. These 2 tanks are going to hold my home objective that's in my deployment zone, this pillar. That's their plan. They're within 3 inches of it right now if they don't move. And then this squadron of tanks, which is the 2 Demolishers and Executioner. The Demolishers have the heavy flame responses I talked about, last cannons in the hull, and the cannon. They also have auger array, which means I get to reroll one failed hit once per battle, the whole battle. And this guy is the executioner. He has the plasma cannon turret and the plasma cannon sponsons and a las cannon in the hull. He also has auger array, and I gave him the track guards because I figured at least he can move around. So he's going to be my mobile guy that's going to try to go for this objective. So he'll try to secure that. Leading that spearhead of those tanks, the great tanks, is my warlord. He's a tank commander, and he has upgraded this detachment to be the Emperor's Fist Tank Company from the Vigilus Defiant book. That's one command point, which means I open up that relic, the Hammer of Sunderance. So if you're not familiar with that, it's basically any battle cannon becomes a flat 3 damage. So we're using this extra long turret to represent that Hammer of Sunderance, flat 3 damage battle cannon. He also has a Hunter Killer Missile. He has a Pintle Storm Bolter, 2 Heavy Bolter sponsors, and then the Heavy Bolter in the hull, an Auger Array, and that's it. And he's the Warlord. And instead of a Warlord trait, I used for the Greater Good Psychic Awakening book, to give him a tank ace trait of Master Mechanic. Now what that does is that it reduces all damage that he takes by 1. So damage 2 weapons will become damage 1, and so on and so forth. This tank ace is from a Supreme Command detachment. You need 3 HQs. So I got this tank ace, heavy bolters, battle cannon, auger array, and a Hunter Killer Missile. This tank ace over here, same loadout, heavy bolters, Hunter Killer Missile. But I've paid another command point to get a second tank ace. And he is going to have the slow and purposeful. That means if he moves 5 inches or less, the half movement, I get to reroll 1s to wound with this tank. And he also has auger array. And then that Supreme Command is led by Knight Commander Pask. He's a Cadian model character. And that allows me to get this basically a 4th tank commander, because he has a different data sheet. Now he has heavy bolter sponsons, a las cannon, a Hunter Killer Missile, auger array, and I upgrade him with a heavy stubber. And he can issue 2 orders. So my tank commanders can issue 1 order. They're usually going to issue it to themselves. They do have that order where I can re-roll the amount of dice for turret weapons. It's a special Cadian order. And then in addition to the other 3 tank orders that they get. So he can issue 2 of those orders. So himself and 1 other. So I'm going to try to keep him close to these guys so I can at least maybe buff this. Has to be within 6 inches. So that's it. This is my deployment. Connor has 2 Winged Hive Tyrants in reserve. That's going to be a problem for my back lines. And also over here on the edges. But if I get first turn, my goal is to try to take the bridge with the 2 Demolishers, with the Heavy Flamer sponsons, rolling right through the middle, charging for that objective in Connor's zone. This guy's going to break off of that squadron and try to secure that objective with all his plasma. And these 2 are going to push forward to try to claim this objective at some point in the game. This guy's going to back up these 2, the slow and purposeful tank ace, and this guy over here is going to be backing up this flank along with my warlord with the Hammer of Sunderance tank ace.
So for our High Fleet Kraken today, we took 2 battalions. One of the battalions will be a Gene Stealer type of battalion, and then the other one is just going to be a couple Hive Tyrants with some Rippers. So what the High Fleet Kraken allows us to do is double advance Gene Stealers. Whenever we advance, we roll 3 dice and pick the highest, so it makes us a lot faster. So let's go through the units. So for HQs, we have Old One Eye and a Broodlord that we deploy on this flank. So they're pretty, tanky in close combat. So hopefully they'll be able to kill any tanks that decide to drive across the bridge or go after this objective over here. And they've got a unit of 20 Gene Stealers backing them up to protect them from shooting. We have our unit of Venom Thropes, and they're trying to make a bubble that are going to protect these units from shooting, giving them -1 to hit. We've brought the Swarm Lord, a unit of Gene Stealers, and a unit of Hormagaunts. So the Swarm Lord is going to make us faster with that sweet double move. And the plan over here is to use the Hormagaunts to secure that objective and tie up any tanks that get too close. They're not really going to kill anything, but they can stop things from shooting. And we got a unit of Hive Guard back here, just hiding, to take some pot shots at any tanks that come closer. And this unit of Rippers is going to claim this objective. Our turn. And this whole contingent is pretty fast with the Swarm Lord's double move, so if they need to redeploy, then it should be pretty easy to get almost anywhere on the battlefield with those Gene Stealers. We've got 2 Ripper Swarms, and 2 Hive Tyrants. So for the Hive Tyrants, I spent some CP before the battle. So this Hive Tyrant, we're going to give Murderous Size. He has Monstrous Rending Claws, and for his relic, we pay for the Imgarl factor. So there's a chance that'll make him Strength 8 in close combat, and hopefully he'll be able to tear some holes in tanks over there. This guy just has double Devourers and wings. We gave him the Chameleonic mutation from Hive Fleet Kraken, so he's going to be always -1 to hit. For psychic powers, both of the Winged Hive Tyrants have Psychic Scream, and one of them has the Horror, the other has Dominion to increase his Synapse range of instinctive behavior. And the Broodlord, we gave Catalyst. The Swarmlord has Onslaught, and a new psychic power from Blood of Baal, the Synaptic Lure, which is unique to Hive Fleet Kraken. It's going to let us reroll charges against 1 unit.
First turn for the attacker, which is the Cadian Crimson Guard, taking the bridge, unless Hive Fleet Kraken can seize the initiative. He cannot seize the initiative. So now we're going to be able to get as much shooting as we can. We're going to move out and try to get some positioning on objectives, and we're going to take the bridge with our 2 Demolishers. Battle round 1, movement phase for the Cadian Crimson Guard. These guys stayed here. They're on the objective. He has sight to a Genestealer squad behind that bastion, and this guy has sight to the Genestealer squad on this flank. So they stayed still. This tank commander also stayed still because he has line of sight on that Genestealer squad right there. So these 3 stayed still. Everything else in the army moved. So I moved my Warlord over 10 inches. So now he has line of sight and distance on this Genestealer squad with the heavy bolters, plus the Hammer of Sunderance. If I can clear those Genestealers, maybe possibly getting some shots on that old one-eye over there. This squadron broke into 2 like I talked about. The 2 Demolishers took the bridge. The first one moved 10 inches. The second one moved 5. This guy broke away, the Executioner, to secure this objective. He's within 3 inches with his full 10-inch move, so he can still fire. So we're going to hopefully get some good fire on here and clear as many of those Genestealers out as we can, and possibly get to Old One-Eye. We will see how the dice roll. These 2 tanks moved up full 10 inches. Their battle cannons can now see through the tree line the Venom Thropes. So we couldn't get an angle on Swarmlord, but we got the Venom Thropes. So maybe we could target them. That's providing the Spore Clouds. What is it? -1 to hit to all creatures within 6. And if there's 3 of them, it includes the monstrous creatures also, right?
Correct.
So if we could take one of those guys out, at least the monstrous creature won't benefit from it. But Connor's turn, when he rolls around, is going to be pretty nasty for me because he has a lot of movement and charge capability with this army very fast. So again, we tried to spread our tanks out as much as possible to minimize that damage, because once he touches one of our tanks, it can't fire. And if he can wrap it, we can't get out to fire at the squad that was attacking it in our turn. So part of my goal was to spread as much out as possible. The Hormagaun's going to be hard to get away from because they have that 6-inch consolidation, but that's the goal of spreading out. Also, Connor has 2 deep striking Hive Tyrants, so I wanted to deny this area. So this area has been walled off. We measured the 9 inches between these 2 tanks, agreed there's not enough room here to place a base for a Hive Tyrant, so nothing here. He could go that way, but we're trying to push him out into the corners, push him out in front of us, in front of our army, to minimize their ability again to touch and charge and touch a tank, which will not make it able to fire. So Pask is pretty much in a good spot right here, along with these 2 battle tanks, to eliminate that from happening. And I think we're far enough away from any of the movement and stuff, but we will see what Connor does in his phase after we get to shooting. I'm pretty sure this Pask is safe. He might be threatened by the Hormagaunts. They have that 6-inch pylon, but I wanted to move up within 6 to be able to give an order to this guy right here. So I started with 5 command points. I had a Battle-Forged Spearhead and Supreme Command attachment. I spent 2 pre-game, so I'm down to 3. So we're going to get into that shooting phase, and also just to notice these orange blips on the tanks. Those are representing my Augur Arrays. Augur Arrays are a 5-point upgrade for a tank. It's basically 1 free reroll to hit for the entire game from that unit. It's 35 points I spent to basically give me 7 rerolls because I have very limited command points. So at least I'm going to get a reroll out of each one of those tanks. If needed, maybe for the Hunter Killer Missile or a Battle Cannon shot. The Hunter Killer Missiles also I spent a lot of points on. I think there's 6 points a pop. I got about 7 of them, or 8 of those. So let's see what we got for shooting. I'll get back to you after that phase is done. So at the end of the movement phase, I got to declare my orders. This tank commander that moved his full 10 inches, he's going to put on himself Gunner's Kill on sight. That's going to allow him to reroll 1s in the shooting phase. This guy did not move, so he's going to order himself to get the Cadian order, allowing him to reroll the dice for the type. So rerolling the d6 for either one of these when I double tap for grinding advance because he didn't move. I'll be able to reroll those dice if I want to for how many shots the battle cannon gets. That's the Cadian order. Pask, he advanced, so he gets to cast 2 orders. So he's going to cast on himself Gunner's Kill on Sight. I have a card that I'm going to play that's going to explain why he'll be able to shoot, but he'll be able to shoot in this turn. His second order, because he's within 6 inches of this tank that did not move, I'm going to order the Cadian order, tank order, again, to re-roll the type of dice, how many dice for shots for this battle cannon. So these 2 guys will be re-rolling their battle cannon shots. Gunner's Kill on Sight, Gunner's Kill on Sight. You got within 6 inches here. So these 2 tanks are going to get orders. I'm going to spend a command point on Inspired Tactics, meaning he can spend additional order, any tank commander. So since they both moved, they're both getting Gunner's Kill on Sight. So we're going to fire with this first tank. He got an order from this tank commander that was slow and purposeful. He's going to put on Gunner's Kill on Sight. We're going to shoot at the Venom Thropes right here. We could shoot right through this tree line, and we can see the Venom Thropes. So battle cannon, how many shots we get? And we get 8 shots for the battle cannon. Now we moved, but the turret doesn't suffer penalty for moving, so we're hitting on 4s, but you have Venom Thropes over here, which means that Spore Cloud, right? Yep. -1 to hit. So it goes from hitting on 4s to hitting on 5s. We get to reroll the 1s for Gunner's Kill on Sight. No 1s. So we got 2 hits. Strength 8, toughness of a Venom Thrope 4. So 2s to wound. 2 wounds.
No save.
It's at AP -2.
So I don't get a save, so I only have 5 up armor.
So it's going to go right through. So 2d3 damage. So the first one, because they only have 3 wounds each.
Yep.
So the first one is wounded, which means he dies from the second shot. So we killed 1. Heavy bolters shooting at them. This is different. It's not a turret. We moved, so now we're hitting on 5s, heavy weapon, moving. And the Spore Clouds hitting on 6s, rerolling 1s. 2 hits. Strength 5, so I need 3s to wound. 2 wounds at AP -1.
So I get a 6 up. Oh, I saved 1.
So I do 1 damage. Now the second tank that's up on the rocks, he's going to do the same thing. So first I'm going to fire with the heavy bolter sponsons. Again, hitting on 6s because we moved. Rerolling 1s for the Gunner's Kill on Sight. We spent a command point to get Inspired Tactics. So only 3 hits with the heavy bolters. 3s to wound, strength 5, toughness 4. 3 wounds at -1.
6s. Save 2.
Wow. So we still got 1 injured.
Yep.
So now the battle cannon. See how many shots we get with the turret?
Half or full?
Oh, he did move full. So we got a 4 shots. So 4 shots. Grinding Advance allows us to fire without penalty, so we're hitting on 5s because of the Spore Clouds. Rerolling 1s for the tank commander's order. Gunner's Kill on Sight gets us an additional hit. Strength 8, need 2s to wound. 2 wounds at -2. Goes right through.
Yep.
So the first one, you had 1 damage left, right?
Yep,
so the first one kills him. So I need a D3 here. I need a 5 or 6. No, 1 damage. So the tank that moved up 10, he's going to get 1 shot with his Demolisher Cannon at these Gene Stealers, plus a last cannon shot. But you still got that -1, so this is going to be hard to hit. So I got a D6 shot with the Demolisher Cannon on Gene Stealers for 2. And we're grinding Advance, so we're hitting on 5s, but you have the Spore Cloud, right?
Yep.
So now I'm hitting on 6s.
Well, 5s for this one.
Oh, that's right. Turrets don't suffer the penalty for moving.
Good thing.
But yeah, but 5s would hit anyway. So the turret doesn't suffer the penalty. So 5s hit. That's a big deal, right? So 2 hits with strength 10. Again, wounding on 2s. 2 wounds at -3.
So we got our 5 up invulnerable. 2 die.
And then the last cannon, which is this is one's hitting on a 6 because it moved. No luck. We didn't kill enough that I kind of could remove anything from the front here. So we got this guy. He only moved 5, so he's going to double tap with the Grinding Advance, the turret, into these Gene Stealers. 2d6 shots for 10. Now, hitting on 5s because of the Grinding Advance, we just suffered a -1 for the Spore Cloud. Oh, we should have gotten that spore cloud out of there, right? Well, it would have got me only one more hit. No, it would have got me 2 more. Right?
Bad
2 more.
dice roll now.
Yeah. Strength 10, need 2s to wound. So 2 more at -3.
5 ups, so 1 dies.
And then the last cannon hitting on a 6. Oh, it hits.
Oh.
Strength 9, 2 will wound.
Save
-3.
it. Nope. 2.
So 2 and 2. Our biggest guns killing 4 Gene Stealers. Well, that's because of the deployment. You hit very well. Going to be hard to get these guys dug out of here. Alright, the next shooting is going to come from this vehicle here. Executioner moved 10 full inches, so it's only going to get 1 dice for its turret weapon. But the plasma cannons and the last cannon will also be able to target Gene Stealers. Now, you do not get cover bonus for the Venom Thropes because there's none over here. And since some of these guys are out of terrain, you won't get cover for the terrain either. So we get 1d6 with the turret weapon because it moved 10 inches. 2 shots. And there's no spore cloud, so I'm hitting on 4s with the turret. Oh no, 2 misses. Plasma cannon sponsons, D3 shots each. So 5 shots. Again, hitting on 4s. No, these hit on 5s because they're sponson weapons. So they hit on 5s. So 2 hits. Strength 7. Toughness 3, 4. So 3s. 2 wounds at -3.
5 up and vulnerable. Make them
Oh,
both.
Nelly. And then the last cannon hitting on a 5. No. Now for the tank that stayed still. So he's behind the tree line. We'll just roll dice going right into it. I got heavy bolters in range of the Gene Stealers. They didn't move, so we're hitting on 4s. And they have gunner's kill on sight. Oh no, this guy has the, we gave him the reroll the turret weapon. So I only get to reroll this 1 because Cadian, the Warlord trait for Cadia, is if you don't move, you get to reroll 1s to hit. But he misses. So, strength 5, 3s to wound. That's 3 wounds at -1 on your Gene Stealers.
So 5 ups. Make 2.
Nice. Now the battle cannon. How many dice? I get to roll twice, and I can reroll either one of these because I put the order, Cadian special tank order. So I'm going to reroll this 1 dice. So I got 10 shots. Didn't move. Grinding advanced. Hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s for the Cadian Warlord trait. That's better. Battle cannon finding its mark. Let's see if it does its damage. Strength 8. Toughness 4. 2s. So 5 at -2.
5 ups. So 4 will die.
All right. Chipping away, chipping away. This is the 20-man squad, right?
Yep.
Here, the Warlord is going to fire his weapon. He moved 10 inches. He gave an order for himself to kill on sight. So 36-inch range to the Gene Stealers, plus the battle cannon, Hammer of Sunderance. So 9 shots. He's a tank commander hitting on 3s. He moved, so he's hitting on 4s because they're sponsons. I get to reroll 1s for gunner's kill on sight. Not bad. Strength 5, need 3s to wound your Gene Stealers. 4 wounds at -1.
4 5 ups. So I saved 2.
Battle cannon, while you're removing casualties, get 1 dice because I moved 10 inches or more. 3 shots. And we put gunner's kill on sight, so I'm rerolling the 1 to hit. Nope. Strength 8. Whoa, needs a 2 to wound. Got the wound at -2.
5 up.
Go right into it again with the tank commander in front of him. So he's got his 9 shots, 36-inch range. Oh, he didn't move, but I don't see any 1s. So it's just 3s. And strength 5, so 3s to wound with the heavy bolters. That's 4.
So 3 die.
Still saving. Now the battle cannon. Didn't move, so 2d6 shots with grinding advance. He gave himself the order to re-roll the dice for the turret weapon, but it's the same, so 8. He didn't move, so he's hitting on 3s. Even though it's a turret, it wouldn't factor in anyway, but no 1s. And need 2s to wound with strength 8. That's all of them. So 6 at -2. Vulnerable saves.
So 3 more die.
Man. Alright, so I gave it a little thought. I have 2 command points left. I was going to spend 1 on him for Unyielding Advance. It's from the Vigilus Defiance book for the Emperor's Fist Tank Company when you unlock that specialist attachment. What that allows is, no matter how far he's moved in a movement phase, he could fire the turret weapon twice, right? That's the thing. Now, if I get 2 shots downfield, I got 6 Gene Stealers over there. The maximum Gene Stealers I killed was like 4 in 1 volley, right? From some of these other cannons. From these 2. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get him down. So the plan is, hopefully my Overwatch. I have defensive gunners. It's a stratagem I can play for 1 command point where I hit on 5s or 6s in my Overwatch. But there is things that Connor can hide behind, and he can charge through terrain and deny that. We'll see how savvy he is. We know he's a savvy player. So we're gonna save those command points. We're gonna hope that those 6 Gene Stealers either have to deploy in a way where they're far enough away where there's a possibility they could fail their charge if they don't suffer the Overwatch, or at least gun them down to a manageable number in Overwatch using the defensive gunners. So I'm gonna declare that the turn is over. I'm down to 2 command points. I didn't kill anything, so I don't get first strike, right? Bad, bad. That's a loss of a victory point right there. That's going to hurt.
If I kill something.
And you got a lot of things I can charge. You got Old One Eye. He could chew up a tank pretty easily. We got some things in the open. Currently, I'm in control of 2 objectives. So that's the control more part of it, of the 4 pillars mission. But I did not get first strike, and that vexes me. That's going to hurt. All right, bottom of battle round 1. Connor is going to do his movement phase. We'll get back to you.
So the Tyranids can do a lot in the movement phase, especially Hive Fleet Kraken. So we're going to explain a little bit of the strategy that's going on here. So I used the opportunistic advance to get these Gene Stealers up here close to this tank, with the goal being that I might be able to wrap and trap it and still claim this objective. So if that happens, then these Gene Stealers will be safe, and I'll probably have this objective for 2 turns.
And all you need is to have 2 Gene Stealers, because you'll outnumber me, because we both have the troops battlefield roll.
Yep.
Of a secure objectives.
Yeah, I'll have to have 2 to hold it, and then the rest can try to wrap it. So we'll see how many are left after Overwatch.
But that extra advance roll, you only get that one time, right, per phase?
Yeah, because it's a stratagem. You can't use it twice.
So that's been spent.
Over here, we're going to try to double move these Hormagaunts with the Swarm Lord to stop these tanks from advancing onto this objective, and hopefully we'll be able to hold that. So we'll be able to get the hold more objectives this turn based on the Hormagaunts and those Gene Stealers, and we'll also stop those tanks from moving because they can't move through our bases.
So that will stop me from advancing on this objective.
These 2 tanks in the middle, we'll try to get rid of them for kill more. We're going to use these 2 characters to try to kill them in combination with the Hive Guard. They might have to shoot twice. But
so you do have a stratagem to allow them to shoot twice?
Yep, 2 command points, and they can shoot twice.
And they have 36-inch range, so they have range on both of those demolishers moving up on the bridge?
Yeah, I could either shoot at these demolishers or this Leman Russ up here, but I think I'm going to leave that one untouched so that the Hormagaunts will be able to get in contact with it.
So between the Old One Eye and the Broodlord, they could possibly individually kill a tank, right? Well, at least the Old One Eye could.
Yeah, definitely.
But combined, definitely should be able to kill 1 in an assault. So
hopefully I can get these Gene Stealers close enough that they'll be untargetable.
Now, what is that going to be required? Just a Kraken advance roll, 3 dice?
Yeah, I don't know if I even need to do that, because I mean their Overwatch is kind of scary on those tanks, so maybe the Gene Stealer should tank that, and I'll do the regular old 3d6 advance, pick the highest.
All right. So we got the plan mapped out. We'll finish the movement, and then we'll get back to you and see what it looks like after all the moves are finished.
We set it up so that these Gene Stealers will charge this tank and hold the objective. Over here, we rolled hot for the Broodlord's advance, so he's going to be able to get into this Leman Russ. He has to make a 6-inch charge to be able to get in there.
Well, the Broodlord made the big... You had to roll 3 dice with Kraken. You got the 6 to get him up as far as possible.
Yeah, so he'll be able to make that charge. It's guaranteed now. And with the Gene Stealers, maybe they can kill that tank. Hopefully, we'll be able to get at least one of those Leman Russes out of there. And then on these Hormagaunts, we didn't advance them because we're going to use the Swarm Lord's Hive Commander ability to move them in the shooting phase. And now it's the psychic phase, so the first thing we're going to try to do is cast Onslaught on them with the Swarm Lord, so that when they do their second move from Hive Commander, they can advance and still be able to charge. So here's the roll for that one. So we make it with a 10. So the reason that I didn't advance them in the first place is because if you fail to cast Onslaught on them and you advance in the movement phase, then they can't charge later. So this just plays it safe that they'll be able to get in contact with those tanks. Fire these Hive Guard into the rear Demolisher to try to get our 1 kill for the turn. So here's a volley of 6 Hive Guard. So they hit on 3s, and your toughness 8, so we're going to wound you on 4s. So we got some hot rolling, and we did 7.
That's the minus.
Minus 2.
My 3-up goes to a 5-up. I only make 2.
So 5.
5.
So these are D3 damage each. 8 damage.
So I'm down to 4.
Down to 4. So we're going to spend 2 of our command points, and at the end of the shooting phase, we're going to fire with that unit of Hive Guard again.
We have to wait till the end of the shooting phase for that?
Yeah, but it's I only have them to shoot with, so it's just going to happen now. It's one is
Old
called...
Wire doesn't have any shooting?
Nope.
All right.
The stratagem we're using is single-minded annihilation. So, hitting on 3s and then wounding on 4s. So 5 wounds. -2.
So the Emperor needs to protect with 5-ups. Come on, brother. Look at that.
So the tank will live. D3 damage. 1 damage only.
He's got 3 damage left. Those demolishers are tougher than normal Lehman Russes.
Okay, so in the charge phase, we got Synaptic Lure off on this lead Lehman Russ. This is the Lehman Russ that we have to kill because we were not able to destroy the Demolisher because Joe had those awesome saves in the shooting phase. We're going to charge first with the Gene Stealers to absorb the Overwatch, and then the Broodlord is going to make his charge. Here's something that I was contemplating. I have the option to spend 1 command point to use a stratagem from the new Blood of Baal book. It's called Hive Instinct. You pick a unit within 1 inch of a Synapse creature, in this case the Broodlord, and you get to roll an extra dice when you charge. So I don't think I have to do that in this case because I'm allowed to reroll the charges for Old One Eye from that psychic power. We're just going to straight up charge in there. So I'm going to do the Gene Stealers into the Demolisher.
Just the Demolisher.
Just the one Demolisher, not the second one.
Okay, so he's charging the lead Demolisher on the bridge with the Gene Stealers. I got 2 Heavy Flamers, 2d6. Whoa,
wow.
Yeah.
The max.
The Emperor. That's 12. Strength 5, automatically hitting the Gene Stealers. So, wounding on 3s?
Yep. No
rerolls, but you do get 9 invulnerable saves.
We got our invulnerable saves.
Burn!
So we made
that's good,
4.
that's good, that's good.
And we also have Catalyst.
Oh,
so
no.
5 up for pain. So you kill 3.
That's it?
And then...
Well, I got D6 shots from the Demolisher cannon for 2. Need 6s for this, though. Nothing.
And the last cannon.
Fails.
Okay, so
we only killed 3 chickens.
what is my charge? I get to reroll this if I want. 9. So 9 is fine. Alright, so we were able to charge this Lehman Russ, and we got lucky that we didn't lose any on the Overwatch. So we'll be able to hold this objective, and it looks like this Lehman Russ won't be able to fall back unless he can get lucky and kill some of us in the fight phase. On the bridge, Old One Eye was able to make the charge, so hopefully we can kill this Demolisher, and then it looks like we might be able to consolidate into the other one that the Hive Guard were unable to destroy in the shooting phase for our Hormagaunts, who double moved from Hive Commander. We only declared the Lehman Russ on the hill as the target of our charge. When we charged, we did it in a way where we'll be able to pile in to these other 2 tanks because they're the closest, but we are still out of an inch. Even though we didn't declare them as a charge, we'll be able to tie them up.
And I was only able to kill 3 of those Hormagaunts with Overwatch.
Right. We have 4 Acid Maws in that unit, so they're going to be AP -3. We'll roll those first, hitting on 3s, and then 6s to hurt you. So nothing. 2 with Rending Claws. So hitting on 3s, and then looking for a 6. So nothing. On a 4 up, you're going to take D3 mortal wounds. So no mortal wounds from the charge.
No battering ram?
No battering ram. But we will be doing his attacks with Crushing Claws, and since he natively gets +2 to hit from charging and from his own aura, any 5-ups will be generating additional attacks because the Crushing Claws have a -1. So we're going to be hitting on 2s, and any 5-ups will give us another attack. So we got 2 5s. They all hit. And let's see if they can hit. So we ended up getting 7 hits on our 5 attack. 3s because your toughness 8. His strength is 14 with the claws. So we have 3, 6, 7 wounds at -3.
7 at -3.
They'll do 3 damage each.
So I need 6s. Nothing. 21 points of damage.
Does he explode?
That's double. Well, almost double. Let's see if he blows up on a 6.
That'd be good for you.
Too bad I couldn't detonate this on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the bottom of turn 2. Connor completed all his charges. Connor, talk us about the bridge here.
So on the bridge, we were able to kill one of the Leman Russes and get kill more for the turn. And because of this building right here, the Leman Russ is not able to fall back. We're able to wrap around behind it, so it's going to be stuck there.
And now over here, you got a nice objective claim because I didn't kill any.
I got lucky on the Overwatch and attacks, and all the Gene Stealers were able to live, so I was able to keep that tank wrapped up and hold the objective. He killed enough on the Overwatch and with all of his attacks over here so that these two vehicles will be able to back out and fire at something downfield.
You do get first strike.
Yep.
You also get hold more because you hold 3 right now currently. And you killed more because I didn't get that first kill and you just had to kill 1. So that's 3 points for that round, which makes my turn 1 really bad. Not killing that last Venom Throat is going to cost me that point. Alright, we're going to go into turn 2, top battle round 2. And I'm going to see if I can back some of these tanks out. But it looks like that Demolisher is the liability in the middle of the battlefield right now. Alright, we'll get back to you after the movement phase. Battle round 2. So we got the movement phase. We backed out of combat from the Hormagaunts with those 2 tanks. We moved that 1 tank back. I'm not going to be able to shoot this. He's going to kill this in his turn. Well, my turn of fight phase. He's going to be able to swarm and get a lot of tanks. So we're going to see it, try to see if we can get back, mitigate that damage. This guy moved up 5 inches because I have an alleyway to shoot this last Venom Throat. And here's the big move. We've been saving this 1 command point from the Vigilus Defiant Emperor's Fist Tank Company. It's unyielding advance. So what this guy did, this is my Warlord. He moved and then went full throttle with an order. And we read the rules and we talked about at the FAQ how they said it was allowable even if you advance in your movement phase, that you're allowed to use this card and still fire the turret weapon as if you had not moved in the movement phase. So the full throttle, this is all occurred in the movement phase. So he is going to be able to get a line of sight on the Swarm Lord with that unyielding advance with the Hammer of Sunderance. So we're going to try to get at least a shot because I can't shoot any of these other units. Connor's got it nice. Everything's in combat. Can't shoot characters that are not in combat. So first shooting is going to come from here. I'm going to roll some dice and we're going to see if we got... Looks like it's just going to be the battle cannon. It moved 5 inches. So I get to double tap this. He's going to issue the order to himself where he can re-roll these dice. It's the Cadian tank order. And he'll also roll that, the Cadian tank order, where you can re-roll the amount of shots. And the other orders are going to be fire and fade from the other 2 tanks, but we'll get back to them. Alright, so this first tank commander, shooting at the Venom Throat. So I'm just going to get some dice here, see how many shots we get. We're going to get 9 shots. It's -1 to hit the Venom Throat, right?
Yep, -1.
So we normally hit on 3s, now we're hitting on 4s. And strength 8, so wounding on 2s.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 wounds at -2 on the Venom Throat.
No saves on him.
So he's gone.
He's going to be done.
So now we're going to come over here. My Warlord, this tank commander, he ordered himself to get the re-roll any of these dice. I'm going to re-roll this 3. Get a bigger result. Nope. 6 shots. He's hitting on 3s. No penalty for moving. Swarm Lord now doesn't have any protection. Well, he didn't have it before anyway, but hitting on 3s.
Arcadia, because like, you didn't move.
All right. Well, I don't. Because I'm gonna say no on that one because I think it said if you don't move in the movement phase, but it does say unyielding advance. It says if you didn't move in the movement phase,
for
right?
The Tyranids, they have a stratagem for the Exocrine. You treat it like you don't move. It works to roll once for your Chronos.
All right, I'll go. If I roll a 4 or higher, I'll use it because I'm not sure. I haven't researched that one, so we'll use it. The dice guys decided that one. So we're going to go downfield here. That was all these hit. And now strength 8. What's his toughness?
7.
7. So 3s. So that's 4 wounds at -2. But it's a flat 3 damage each time you fail.
So I have a 4 up invulnerable save and 12 wounds. So there is a chance that he will die. But I passed 1. So I live with 3 wounds left.
Nice. So it's up to the hunter-killer missile. So I got a hunter-killer missile. We didn't count as moving. So firing and hitting on a 3. It hits. Strength 8, so I need a 3 again. We have no more command points. We can't re-roll that. So the hunter-killer missile is gone. We couldn't kill the Swarm Lord. That was our one chance. Alright, that is all the shooting I can do. Everything else is going to be charges. Assault. I'm going to pick this one first. So I get 3 attacks. I need 6s to hit. Got 1 hit. And 3 to wound. Got a wound.
1 wound, 5 up.
I still can't kill 1. Alright, now you get to go because nothing charged. So which one do you want to pick?
I'll pick Old One Eye.
Gonna kill that Demolisher?
Yeah, so he gets 5 attacks. He uses Crushing Claws, so on 6s, he'll get more hits. So 1 6. These ones will miss. And 1 more attack. So 3. So 4 hits. And then wounding on 3s. So 3 wounds at -3.
So I need 6s to save.
You need to save all of them.
I saved only 1 of them. So he is gone. Let's see if he blows up on a 6. Oh, the big boom dice. Big boom dice. No. Now I get to go with my other tank that's by your Hormagaunts. I need 6s to hit. Nothing. Now you get to go with your Hormagaunt.
So now this guy gets to attack. And we have 6 on that guy. On 4s. Going to 1s. And 6s. 1 wound.
No minuses, right?
No.
3 up. We make it.
And I went into your other tank, so he gets to hit me.
Oh, you did get in there? Oh, man. Got me again. All right, 6s. Got 2 hits. 2 wounds. No minus.
2 wounds. 4 acid maws.
Yeah.
I'll roll them. Hitting on 3s. And I need 6s. 1 at -3.
-3. So I need a 6 up. No. 1 damage?
1 damage.
Down to 11.
And the other 2 need 6s to wound. Nothing. So just 1 damage.
Okay. It's going to be the bottom of turn 2. And I'm only in control of 1 objective right now. So I'm in big trouble. I didn't get first strike. So I'm behind on points. And I couldn't shoot anything. And now I'm right into your plan here. You got all these guys in the middle freed up now. So during your movement phase, you're going to be able to move, assault, and do some more damage. Plus, you got 2 Hive Tyrants coming down out of the sky. So we're looking for the long game here. I couldn't kill the Swarm Lord. We had our chance with the Hammer of Sunderance and the Hunter-Killer Missile. And we played the big stratagem. So I'm out of command points for that. So far, it's 3-0, right? 3-0. All right, we're going to get back after Connor's movement phase. Bottom of battle round 2.
Alright, so for the turn 2 movement phase, we advanced the Broodlord, the Genestealers, and Old One Eye up the field to try to threaten some of Heavy Bolter Joe's backfield, hold the line. We're going to charge in here and hopefully be able to take out this tank commander, the slow and purposeful tank ace. The Broodlord moved up to try to do some damage to this Leman Russ that's been pinned by the Hormagaunt Brood. The Swarm Lord came around the corner over here, and I used the Rapid Regeneration Stratagem to heal him for D3 wounds.
What'd you get, a 3?
I got a 3, the maximum. The Hive Guard were out of range of everything, so I advanced them forward. They will be at risk of Heavy Bolter Joe's Warlord over here with the Hammer of Sunderance, but we brought in a couple Hive Tyrants to try to take care of that. We did some smites already, and we did 5 wounds to him. We played a stratagem on our Broodlord over here called Synaptic Channeling, and what that did was allowed him to cast a psychic power that any other Tyranid Psyker on the board knows. So he cast Onslaught with that onto Old One Eye so that he may advance in charge. He was out of range for the Swarmlord to cast it on him. The Swarmlord took a lot of damage and it reduced his movement speed down, so he wasn't able to keep up with the rest of the brood.
And you also cast the horror on this tank commander, right?
Yep.
From that.
Yep. We got the horror on that tank commander.
So you do have some shooting though now, right? Because
Yes.
you do have the brood. These winged Hive Tyrants have shooting weapons.
Yep. So this Hive Tyrant is going to take 12 shots into the Warlord. So he hits on 3s, lots of hits, and he wounds on 5s. You're going to look at 6 saves, no AP on them.
3 ups. Whoa! What the hell? We just failed 4. 1 damage each.
Yep.
We're down to 3 wounds. That stung. That was like a hornet's nest. And you got 2 of those? Another one?
Yep, and this guy has twice the amount of shots because he took only range weapons. Where the other guy took a melee weapon. So hitting on 3s with the other Hive Tyrant. And these will wound on 5s again. 7.
1 more. Come on, Emperor, protect. That was better. 2. Get through. I'm down to 2 wounds. Injured, but not out of the fight.
So we're going to charge the Gene Stealers into the tank commander down there.
So I'm right there.
Yep. So you get your Overwatch.
Alright, so this is the tank commander that has slow and purposeful. So I get 9 shots with the heavy bolters, hitting on 6s.
Here's Onslaught.
And re-rolling on, wounding on a 3, fail. 1d6 for the battle cannon shots for 5. Hitting on 6s. Got 2 hits. 2 wounds with your invulnerable save.
5 ups. Kill 2.
Got a hit. Kills, well, it could not, might not kill.
Kills 1.
Killed 1. Hunter killer gone.
And our charge range, 7.
So we just finished battle round 2. So Connor, over here, you came down, you shot, did some damage with the guns, but you failed your charges. So we're combining the 2 phases here, the shooting and the charge. So you failed your charges here. I have 2 wounds left. Over here, I killed 1 Gene Stealer, which is going to give me an out to get out of there. But over here, you killed my slow and purposeful tank commander.
Old One Eye.
Old One Eye. He claims another victim with those forklift-like claws. Crushing claws. So that's gone. And over here, the Broodlord attacked this tank, did some damage. Hormigons, I didn't kill any though, right? So we moved up a little bit to consolidate. We got an out over there to get in this direction. Still going to try to put pressure on the objective. But now we can at least, we backed this guy off the rocks. Thank God we did, well, thank the Emperor we did that, right? Because you probably would have consolidated into him and locked him up again. So at least we're able to gun down some of these Gene Stealers finally. This tank is horrid, but if you look down this alleyway, if I move 5 inches to the left, I'm going to have a shot at the Swarmlord in the river. So my tank commander down here is going to have an opportunity for greatness to take out a Swarmlord where the Warlord failed to do it. And I got Knight Commander Pask, who has yet to open up his guns. Let's get the points because we didn't tell anybody the points yet. You control 1, 2, 3 objectives. I control 1. So you got me on controlling more. You killed a tank commander.
I think that's it.
And that's it.
Couldn't get to your Warlord.
Now, what did I kill last turn? Did I get
Venom Thropes.
I got a Venom Thrope. So we had equal kills. Hold more? Hold more.
Holding more.
And that's that. It's 4-0. I didn't get that first blood, that first strike. I really could have used that one. Probably should have smoked that last command point to reroll to kill that Venom Throat, but we'll never know. So I'm going to see if I can roll back here now. I think I can kill one, maybe two of these Hive Tyrants. I got a good shot to kill the Swarm Lord. This is going to take out Synapse. That will just leave your Warlord, the Brood Lord, who I can't target right now. He's untargetable. I'm not going to be able to get out of there. But if we can keep our distance from him and play the long game, maybe we can fight our way back into this. So I'm going to try to kill these guys, get these Gene Stealers wiped off the table, take out the Swarm Lord, and maybe deal with old One Eye down there. We'll see what happens. All right, top of turn 3 coming up. So our movement phase, he could only move 4 inches, which means a 2-inch move to be able to double tap here. We're already damaged badly, so he's hitting on 3s, 4s. He's hitting on 5s as it is. I'm just going to stay still because I want to try to shred as much as possible over here. This guy backed out of combat because we were able to kill that Gene Stealer to get us out. This guy had to move over a little bit to be able to get range on that Swarm Lord that's right through the gap in the river. My 3 tanks over here, Knight Commander Pask, and these 2 guys both stayed still. So they can use the Cadian's chapter tactic of re-rolling 1s to hit because they didn't move. And he's going to be hitting on 2s, so I'm going to give these 2 guys the orders where the Cadians tell the tanks to re-roll the amount of shots for their battle cannons. So they're all re-rolling 1s to hit. And these 2 guys will be able to reroll their battle cannon shots. So the goal is to try to shred these Gene Stealers with heavy bolters, shred these Gene Stealers with heavy bolters, kill the Swarm Lord with a battle cannon from this tank commander and a crack missile. He only what does he have? 6 wounds because he healed up.
6 wounds.
Kill this Hive Tyrant that has 6 wounds remaining, and then we'll see what we got after that. That'll leave Commander Pask to either kill maybe old One Eye, or at least target old One Eye, or finish off a Hive Tyrant. I want to focus on the Hive Mind right now, so we'll see if we can get rid of that Synapse. All right, shooting phase. We started off on the good foot. So we had this tank commander took down the injured Hive Tyrant with the Hammer of Sunderance with just enough damage. We had the 2 wounds I got through, and I think you tried to reroll a save, right, with the command point. So early on, we started out well. So this tank commander, or Warlord, took out a Hive Tyrant that was injured. And he gunned down a couple of Gene Stealers. This tank commander, his job was to move over and fire through to the Swarm Lord in the river. And he did his job with some nice shooting with that turret. And then the rest of the heavy bolters got this down to 1 left, right? There was 1 Gene Stealer left. Yep. So we killed the Swarm Lord and the Hive Tyrant. Both were injured with 2 tank commanders. And there was 1 of these guys left. So we split Knight Commander Pask, our last tank commander on the field of battle. And he put 1 heavy bolter in here and killed the Gene Stealer. He put 2 heavy bolters and a heavy stubber into the other Gene Stealers that were guarding old One Eye and killed all but 1 or 2, right?
Yep, all but 1. And
then the battle cannon fired at this Hive Tyrant and injured him. And we started out good because we had like damage 3, I think it was. So that left this guy. So he had to fire his heavy bolters at the rest of the Gene Stealers over there and his turret. But Connor had chameleonic adaptations on him, so I was at minuses to hit, which did protect him from some of the past shots. My battle cannons couldn't finish him off, although we almost did. What does he have, 2 wounds left?
2 wounds left. 2
wounds left. It was a full Hive Tyrant with a chameleonic adaptation, and he got shot by 2 battle cannons. 1 was from Pask, but he did survive, so he's got 2 wounds left, or else it would have been a really good sweep for the Cadian Crimson Guard. So that unfortunately left that tank back there who had no line of sight on this Hive Tyrant. So I had to put everything into the last Gene Stealer that was alive. So I couldn't shoot old One Eye, which was our goal, was to try to get those Gene Stealers out and kill old One Eye with a battle cannon. But it didn't work. But we did clear out 1 Gene Stealer squad, a 2nd Gene Stealer squad, a Winged Hive Tyrant, and a Swarm Lord. So we have 4 kills, but we only control 1 objective. So it looks like Connor's going to pick up another point for objectives, but we may be able to get kill more. It all depends on what his Hive Guard do, which will have a nice new target from our fleeing Leman Russ that got out of that Hormigaunt swarm. So he's trying to get up the field and possibly threaten this objective, but he's going to attract a lot of attention with that movement by the Hive Guard. Old One Eye is going to definitely put a stomping on one of my tanks, I would think, right? Unless Connor has some other kind of things that, some stratagems he can use. He said he's got some tricks up his sleeve. So he might be able to forklift. Nothing stopped this thing so far. It's gone from here, forklifted 2 Lehman Russ Demolishers, threw them off the table. Forklifted a tank commander with my slow and purposeful Commander Danko. He's gone. And now he's going to look to try to destroy some more Lehman Russ tanks. Bottom of turn 3, I'm losing 4-0. But I just killed 4 units. Oh, we have one assault?
Yep.
All right, so we might lose something here. Why don't you do the Broodlord? It's the fight phase.
All right, so we hit on 2s. They all hit.
Nice.
And he's going to wound on 5s. And he gets to reroll fails. So he does fail a few.
But those 6s are bad, right?
So 3 6s.
At -6?
-6 for the Rending Claws, 3 damage each.
I can't stop them. 3 damage each. I only have 6 damage left.
So does he explode?
Where's the boom dice? All right, so let's see if I explode. No. So another tank down. That counts towards the kills for this round. So now I only have 3 kills that you have to get to tie.
So over here, our wounded Hive Tyrant moved up and used a Psychic Scream to kill Heavy Bolter Joe's Warlord, getting us a victory point. Shooting phase, he took a couple wounds off of that Executioner, bringing it down a bracket.
So that's a point for Warlord.
Yep. And over here, we moved old One Eye up. So hopefully we have a little bit of a plan for him. He's going to charge into this Lehman Russ, and he's going to declare a charge against both of these troops. Hopefully, we think we can kill one of them on the charge, and then we can use 3 command points for Adrenaline Surge to try to take the other one out. While that's happening, this Broodlord is going to go into this Lehman Russ and try to finish it off the Hive Guard. We're able to bring it down to 4 after the Broodlord did a smite to it. So hopefully he's going to be able to finish it off in close combat.
So the problem is I'm running out of battlefield troop roll. Only the light gray tanks are able to control objectives from me. So I'm running out of those options. So that one is going to probably be destroyed. I still have these 2, but if Connor pulls off the Adrenaline Surge, I mean, that old One Eye has been a rampaging of destruction. Hasn't stopped yet. He's gone over the bridge and killed everything he's come into contact with. His destruction is just continuing, but I still have this one over here. If this one can somehow survive, he's within 3 of it. He would control it if old One Eye is the only one there, which would give me a 2-2. But Connor just got some Ripper Swarms that popped up out of, where they hibernation or popped up out of something over here. Burrowed out of the ground and now have this objective. So I got to be able to get this on here, take these out somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do it because they're behind the rampart here, which just means the only shooting that's going to be able to affect him is going to be him. It looks, well, maybe he has elevated position. He might be able to see. We'll see. We got a lot of dice to roll right now. So you got a charge coming up there and there, right? So which one do you want to do first?
We'll do the Broodlord first.
All right, so I'm going to do some Overwatch while you're getting your dice ready to do some damage to me with your attacks. So I got 9 shots with Heavy Bolters, hitting on 6s. We got 2 hits. Strength 5. What's his toughness? 5?
Yep.
4s to wound. So 1 wound at -1 on the Broodlord.
5 up. Pretty horrible. So he takes wound. He's got 5 left.
The Hunter Killer Missile, since we haven't fired it yet, misses. And now the Battle Cannon. D6 shots for 6, which is always nice. But I need 6s to hit. This is where we need some big hits. Come on, Emperor. Yes. That's 2. That could do it, right? He has 5 wounds left?
Good, yeah.
All right, we got to wound him first. 3s to wound. Yes. -2.
So I got to save one of these. So I do save 1. So
damn. So we can't kill him. We do 2 damage.
Down to
He's alive.
half.
He doesn't degrade, right?
Right. So we got an 11-inch from charge.
So this Hunter Killer has been fired. If by some miracle I can survive.
So I got 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. So they all hit. And then I wound on 5s, re-rolling. So.
Uh-oh.
Alright. So we got 2 wounds. One
goes right through, right?
Yeah, it does flat 3 damage.
So I'm down to 1.
You need a 6 to save it.
I need a 6 for the Emperor. This is for everything right here. Come on, Emperor. Save me. Yes!
Whoa!
Down to 1. So we got the same deal with Heavy Bolters. It's the same kind of tank. It's a Lehman Russ battle tank. Standard operating procedure here for the Crimson Guard. Heavy Bolters. Nothing. That's our go-to weapon right there.
Both of them.
All right, so I'll do that one first, and then the turret gets 5 shots.
Oh, they do double?
Oh, no, it's only 1 shot. So, no, I'm going to do... Yeah, all right, so we'll do both of them together. So that was 5. That'll make it so I don't have to re-roll. So 5 shots with the 2 battle cannons. Nothing on the battle cannons. I'll do the 2 hunter-killer missiles. Nothing on them. Damn. And now I'll just do the heavy bolter from that remaining tank. 3 hits. Strength 5. No wounds.
So my distance.
All that Overwatch.
9. Alright. So we're going to pop him up here. So on a 4-up, he does D3 mortal wounds. So it does. And we will
First
do
battering ram of the day.
2 battering ram wounds.
That's to the first guy?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's down to 10.
And here are our attacks. Hitting on 2s, 5 will generate more attacks. Oh, we missed twice, but we get 2 additional attacks. So we end up getting 5 hits. Wounding on 3s. So 3 wounds at -3.
So I need 6s again.
Yeah. Got one.
Flat 3 damage.
Flat 3 damage, yep.
So it takes 6 damage, he's down to 4. So the rampage might stop here. He didn't kill something.
So he does have a tail, so he gets D3 hits with that. So he makes 3. And these will just hit on 2s. So 2 hits, and they wound on 6s. It's only strength 4, nothing.
So the rampage of destruction ends. Doesn't kill a tank.
Yeah, he didn't kill it.
And that what about?
So can't do
the adrenaline surge.
Let's see.
How does that work?
So it's 3 command points, and it lets me fight again. But I don't think...
so it's a fight again. So
yeah.
The rampage could continue.
So if I did it, I'd be able to kill that and then pile and then consolidate into him.
Yeah.
Or I could consolidate into Pask, I guess, because I'm not going to fight anyway. Let's do it. We'll spend the 3 command points and let
fight
him
again.
Get stuck in.
The rampage of destruction continues.
So he'll do his consolidate from the last round, and then his pile in for this one.
Oh yeah.
So he's going to get 5 attacks again. So he gets 1 miss, no explodings, and they wound on 3s. So 3 of them. -3.
-3. So I need 6s. 2 get through.
That's enough.
That's enough to kill him. You got the boom dice?
Where is it?
It's over there somewhere. Alright, let's see if it goes boom. No. So the rampage continues.
And I'll consolidate into the Knight Commander.
That hurts.
We couldn't let the rampage stop. He had to kill
No,
something
he had to. He's been killing at least one thing every turn. So I get 3 attacks with my Knight Commander, hitting on 6s. I got 1 hit. Strength 7. Got a wound.
So 3.
Don't wound him.
That guy would have gotten to attack also.
The other guy?
Yeah, the one.
Oh, because of the
Because I fought again.
But he was wounded.
Yeah.
And he was down to not the last bracket. So D3 shots, one attack, and he hits. Strength 7, and he wounds.
So 3. So he's unwounded.
Unwounded, and the
this
rampage
guy.
continues.
1 attack.
1 attack left because he's very hurt. Got the hit. Amazing with these 6s. And a wound.
5. Fail.
Kill the Brood Lord. Was that a 2?
Yeah, it only has 1 damage, right?
Yeah. Well, that was quick and bloody. So we got... I think I might have kill more finally. Did I get my first point?
Yeah, because I only killed 2, right?
Yeah.
That one and... Well, I only killed 1. I killed that one in the
You
Warlord.
killed 1 in my phase. Remember my phase? You with this...
Oh, so I killed 1, 2, 3.
So I killed 4, so I barely got 1 more than you. So I kill more, so I get my first victory point in turn 3. And you killed a Warlord, so you got a victory point. So you're at 5, and I'm at 1. Right?
Yep, no shutout.
Nope. And we're going to the top of turn 4. So let's see what I can do. Touching the Pask was bad, because now I can't fire him. That's going to hurt badly. I thought he'd be able to take out the old One-Eye. But I still got a troop over here. I still got a troop controlling that objective, possibly. And he's still alive, so anything can happen. Let's see what happens. Well, alright, top of turn 4 coming up. So we fell back out of combat. I was going to go that way, but Connor's going to be moving his Hormagaunts up. He's going to get touched anyway. So I'm going to try to come this direction. My goal is to try to gun him down. I got to get lucky with these battle cannons. Losing past this turn, shooting hurt bad. He moved his full 7 inches because he's wounded. So the plan is to use the heavy bolters, hopefully gun these rippers down. And then that will leave him to decide what we got to do with this. We got to kill this Hive Tyrant and whatever remaining rippers are left. I still got my auger array on him, so I can send my last cannon that direction. I got a last cannon here. No, he can't shoot. I got 2 battle cannons with an auger array here and a crack missile still. Let's see what we got. So that was the movement phase. We're within 3 of this. So that's a troop guy. We're in 3 of that. That's a troop guy. I couldn't get in 3 of that. I had to fall back, but at least if I get killed and I blow up, there's going to be a couple of things taking mortal wounds over there. That's my only positive spin on that one, because he's a dead man walking. Those Hive Tyrant will light him up, or Broodlord will take him out in combat. So he's a dead man walking over there. So my goal is to focus on these 2 objectives. So that means killing as many of those Hormagaunts and Ripper Swarms as I possibly can. Alright, what has he got? 3 wounds each?
3 wounds each.
So if I overcharge the plasma into him, and then use my heavy bolters to gun down Hormagaunts, that might be the better way to go. We'll do everything, because we're hitting on 5s, and the sponsors are going to be hitting on 6s. So everything except for the last cannon is going into here. The last cannon is going to go into the old One-Eye, because he's still at -1 to hit, right?
Yep.
So I don't want to shoot him with this tank, because I'm already at enough minuses to hit. So all the plasma into here, the Rippers, and then the last cannon going back towards old One-Eye. 2 sponsons shooting at the Ripper Swarms. That's 3, 4, 5 shots, right? So we moved, and we're damaged. So we're hitting on 6s with this. Nothing.
1 overheat.
Oh, and overheat. So I'm going to count that. We got to count those up because they burn through your hull. And the grinding advance, I moved over 5. So 1d6 for the turret. 4. That's respectable. This doesn't suffer the minus for moving, but it does. I'm damaged, so I'm hitting on 5s. Oh, we needed that one. It was fighting so hard to get. All right, here we go. That's a wound with strength 8 on the Ripper Swarm. And now the last cannon back here at the old One-Eye. It misses. I'm going to burn my auger array. 5. Got the 5. Strength 9. Need a 3. Got the wound at -3.
So 6. No.
D6 damage. We need a big roll here. The Emperor is watching. Big
3
6.
remaining.
Alright, so he took a wound. I'm going to mark it now. He's down to 5 wounds from the burn of the overheat. But I didn't kill the Rippers, which now leaves me in that situation. I wanted to gun down Hormagaunts with the heavy bolters. Now I can't. Which means you're going to be able to control 2 objectives anyway. So heavy bolters up at the flying Hive Tyrant. Didn't move. So I'm re-rolling 1s. Hitting on 3s, but your adaptive, what is it, chameleonic adaptation? Mutation. So I'm hitting on 4s. Right?
Yep.
No 1s.
No Cadians.
Nope, no 1s. So you saved yourself from 2 there. Strength 5, what's that toughness? 6?
7.
7. So I need 5s. We got 2 wounds
So
at -1, which could do it.
Past 1.
So he's got 1 wound left. Now the battle cannon. Didn't move, so 2 shots over here. The order that we gave him was to re-roll this battle cannon. So I'm going to re-roll that 2. Into another 2. Hitting on 3s, because we didn't move, re-rolling 1s. No 1s for Cadia. Strength 8, toughness 7.
Yep.
So 3s. 4 wounds at -2.
So 5s. So 3 go in.
3d3 could do it.
So he's done.
He's got him.
Got him.
Alright, so we killed old One-Eye. And we still have a hunter-killer missile with the auger array there. But too bad I declared it at old One-Eye. We could have fired it up there. But you got to declare everything at once. That leaves this tank. So I have the battle cannon. And I got the heavy bolters. So here's what we'll do. We'll fire the heavy bolters at the Hormagaunts. And the battle cannon we're going to retrain onto your Hive Tyrant. Swivel it around. Alright, so Hormagaunts taking the heavy bolter fire from this tank down here. It didn't move, so I'm re-rolling 1s and I hit on 4s. So I got 1-1. Failed to convert it. Strength 5, less than 5, right, these guys?
Yep.
So you got 4 wounds at -1 on Hormagaunts.
So 4 will die.
Yep, coming from the back because Connor already controls that objective back there. His Ripper Swarms popped up. So we knew that these Hormigons, their new objective was to take over this one. Now the Battle Cannon. 2 shots because I remain stationary with Grinding Advance. That's 9 shots. And now it's hitting on 4s, but your Chameleonic Adaptation makes it 5s. I stayed still, so I get to reroll that 1. Failed to convert it. So you get saved from a Battle Cannon hit with the adaptation. And strength 8, 3s to wound, right?
Yep.
So 3 at -2.
So 4 up invulnerables. So he's going down.
He's going down. And he's too far away to blow up to affect anything, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well, his wings were already shredded. I think he was just hopping around on the ground. He was wounded. That is the end of my turn. That was the top of turn 4. I'm going to charge.
Alright.
They don't have any shooting, right?
Nope, no shooting.
So I'm going to charge the tank into the Ripper Swarms. See if this 4 inches will get me into it. But I'm at a point where I'm damaged. I only get D3 attacks. Get the 3. Hitting on 6s. Nothing. Now your attack's back. Do you want to move? Consolidate in? Just the one guy?
Pump that guy. I get 4 attacks each though. So I roll 3 more. Okay. And then 6s. So 1 wound.
3 up armor. Oh my goodness.
Oh, wounded him.
A Ripper rips into the hull.
Crawled into a hole somewhere.
Got me. Alright, well I'm not going to be able to control it because you have more Ripper Swarms there. And you didn't lose a base, so there's no morale needed. So what did I kill? The Flying Hive Tyrant, Old One Eye. And that's it? I killed 2?
2.
So that's the mark you got to beat. 2. So you're probably going to get 1 there. And this is going to be the issue. So Connor did his movement. He was able to get those Hormigons because the Rippers controlled that objective. They were able to free to go on to this objective. And he's got me wrapped with a big pile in and charge because you get to pile in 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so wrapped up and controlling the objective. I killed 1 or 2, I think. But that guy is a dead stick. Can't control the objective. You wind up shooting over here with your Hive Guard and killed my Executioner tank. You smite with the Broodlord over there on the other tank that was a troop. And I did blow up and I almost killed the Broodlord with the explosion, but I only rolled 1 damage for the mortal wound. So no more ability to control over there. This is my only troop controlling objective marker guy here with the Defenders of Humanity. So it looks bad.
I lost 4 that turn, I have leadership 5. So there's 3.
So I might not be a rep.
Yeah, looks like you might be freed up.
It was good that the tank actually killed 2 guys. He rolled 2 6s out of the 3 hits.
Yeah.
Overwatch got you too. The scenario that we're playing, the 4 pillars, if you control all 4 objectives at the end of the battle round, you get 3 points, which Connor just did. So he has all 3 of the 4 pillars objectives. So his point total went from 5 to 8. So you killed 2 tanks and I killed 2, so we killed the same. So I don't even get another point. So it's 8 to 1. So let's roll a dice. On a 3 up, we're going to go to a turn 6. And we're going to let the camera girl roll it. 3 or better, it goes on. It's going on to a turn 6. So we moved up these 2 tank commanders, and we fell back out of combat through the tree line, so that was still within 3 inches of that objective, but he wasn't able to fire, but we know it's coming. The Broodlord is going to be charging through. So we already got the gun aimed at him for the Overwatch. So this guy was able, this tank commander right here, Tank Commander Kruger, the Eraser, shot down these 4 Hormigons with heavy bolter fire. Was able to train his gun. I don't know if you can get a shot of this. Both of these guys were able to get shots through to that Hive Guard that's down there. Through the river, through the trees. Battle cannon. It was hitting like a hammer of thunderance. Rolling a lot of 3s. We killed, this guy killed like 2 or 3. And then Commander Pask, he rolled up into this area also. His heavy bolter and heavy stubbers were able to gun down the 3 Ripper Swarms that were controlling that objective. And the battle cannon spoke and fired downtown and killed all but 1 Hive Guard, right? You got 1 left out of the 6?
Yeah.
There's a morale check that has to be made. Let's see the dice roll on the camera. What do you need?
A 1 or a 2, he'll live. Fail, he dies.
Runs away. So we killed all the Hive Guard with battle cannon fire. Getting those 3s, rolling some big dice. hitting like the hammer of Sunderance. That was the top of the sixth turn. I'm sorry, because we got to the sixth turn. You're ahead 8-1. Right now, I control one objective. With this, the only tank that I can control objectives with, the only one that's alive. I did blow you off of that one, but you still control 2 with Ripper Swarms.
Yep.
In the far corner. So you beat me on holding more, definitely. But I don't think you're going to be able to kill more than me because I killed 2 units. But we will see. It's just going to be the Broodlord, it looks like, right? Who was on 1 wound. All right, what do you got? Talk to us.
So I'm going to advance him. I'm going to use my last command point to opportunistic advance and double his advance roll. So a 5 turns into a 10. So he gets to go 18 inches.
Going for my last Defender of Humanity
1
tank.
wound left. We're going to try to kill it. We're going to smite it. So we go a regular smite, D3 damage for 1 damage.
Down to 11.
And here's the charge. So you get your Overwatch.
All that Overwatch. So we got heavy bolters. We got the battle cannon. And that's it on a regular standard issue Crimson Guard battle tank. Okay, heavy bolters hitting on 6s. Well, we got 1, strength 5, toughness 5, nothing on that. Battle cannon, D6 shots for 4. Hitting on 6s. Here we go. There's 1 we need. You only got 1 wound left. Strength 8. Need a 3 to wound him. Got the wound at -2.
Save it on a 5 up. Lightning reflexes. Save it.
Oh my goodness, with the adrenaline surge and
Dodged
everything
it.
pumping in. He's going to get contact on the tank.
So he charges in. He gets 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. They all hit. And they wound on 5s.
Oh, those 6s are bad for me. Where are those extended rending claws going deep into the hull?
So that's 9 damage.
Oh, I have to have 2 left. What do I got to save on?
You need a 6 to save that one.
For the Emperor! No.
If I can roll 3 or better, he dies. He dies!
Oh, let's see if I blow up. Where's the boom dice?
Oh,
I'm going to use my boom dice. The one that Bob Evers gave me. Where is it? Here it is. If I blow up, I kill him. With me. No. Damn. Well, that was the end of my objective scoring, so we're not going to be able to control objectives. But we can kill the Broodlord with guns if it goes to a turn 7. And guess who gets to roll it, Jess? On a 4 up, it goes to a turn 7. Oh, Jess!
it ends.
I wanted to kill the Broodlord. Alright, so here's how the game ends. We got the Broodlord with 1 wound left. Ripper Swarms over there controlling that objective. Ripper Swarms over there controlling that objective. I have 2 tank commanders left out of my entire army of 11 Lehman Russ battle tanks. And you blew me away on points. 8 to 2. Because I killed more. Alright, Connor. Great game. Let's get the handshake. And that was the corned beef and Kraken for the holiday. That was another battle report for the Bellport Battle Bunker. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you stuck through it. I know a lot of you knew what the outcome was going to be before we started here with all these tanks and no troops. But I wanted to give it a spin to see if I could blow these guys off the table. 8th edition, you got to have terrain on the table. It's big, it's big. So it really helps out keeping these armies away from that shooting. But once I was able to get my guns on stuff, they started dropping, started getting some good kills. But the mission is all that matters. Hive Fleet Kraken has been victorious today. Although I do think we did clear the bridge. So next time, maybe we'll continue the narrative and see what happens after that. Alright, thanks for watching the Bellport Battle Bunker. Stay safe out there. Stay healthy. And stay tuned for more battle reports. Thank you.